Adulthood. Being an adult's hard. Technically, I've only been an adult for about, how long? 2 years. Yeah. They say that you become an adult after you're 21 years old. Doesn't really feel like it. After I completed 21 years of age, I still lived with my parents. And basically, they did everything for me. I feel like I was pretty spoiled, right? And that's not a bad thing, right? My parents were great and really, really kind and warm and always were there to take care of me. But that didn't really help me with my independence. And I never felt like an adult for forever, actually. And even now, I don't really feel like much of an adult. But I moved out of my parents' house. And I didn't just move anywhere. I moved all the way to Beijing, China. And that's been I've been out of my parents' house for about a month. And geez, it's insane. I've got married. That's insane just to say out loud. I'm married. What? It's insane. It's insane to me. So many things have happened recently. Last year. So recently, I got married. I started to work last year. It seems like from night to day last year, everything happened last year. I had to grow up. Before that, I just didn't really care that much. And then my now wife, then girlfriend, came to New Zealand, which is where I am from, to see me. And it was crazy. It was the biggest change I've ever had in my life. I had now someone else that I had to take care of. I had to support her. I had to help her. I had to be there for her. And I didn't really have that before. My parents didn't really need me to support them. They supported me. And now I had someone I had to support. And I needed to show her I was a man. And I never had to show anyone that I was a man. Because they knew I wasn't. So I had nothing to prove to anyone for the longest time. And now I had to show her that I was a man, that I was capable of getting a job. So I got one. That I was capable of being responsible. So I tried. And that I was capable of commitment. And so we got married. And I was afraid and I was scared. And it was insane. It was crazy how quickly that happened. How quickly we got married. And at first I was so scared. I was so unsure. I was like, is this what I want? And it was scary because just a few months ago, I was a child. I didn't really have to worry about anything. I didn't have to worry about much about myself. And it was just me and my parents. And she was in China here in Beijing. And by the way, I had come here to visit her in Beijing, China 3 times. But I never expected marriage. I wanted it, but I didn't expect it to be that soon, that quickly. It made sense, but it was so quick. And now I feel like I'm so numb to just anything else. Because I'm like, it can't top the insanity of what happened with me and her in our marriage. And we got married, and we stayed at my parents' house for a while. I was working. She was finding work and doing her own thing. And then we started talking about moving out and coming to Beijing, China, and moving here. And it was the same thing with the whole marriage talk. I was like, made sense. That's the natural move. I want to go to Beijing, China. I want to move out of my parents' house and live here for a while. But I wasn't ready. And now I'm here. I'm here. And it's insane how something we were talking about just a few months ago, we were talking about how we're going to make this move. And we're going to travel to a few countries before we get here, which is a video on its own. And now I'm here. All that happened do I feel like an adult? I don't know. You could label me as one, but I haven't felt like an adult. Not when I became 21, not when I got married, not even when I've moved here to this different country with my wife. I haven't felt like an adult at any point. And so that's, I keep thinking, I don't feel like an adult. Will I ever feel like one? What even is an adult? I don't know. Originally, when I was thinking about doing this video, I didn't really know what I was going to talk about. I just feel like all this just started coming out, It feels like all of this, which I just happened to say, were these emotions which I didn't even know were inside, which maybe I didn't even stop to think. It's just been go, go, go the last few months. Moving out of my parents' house and me trying to act like an adult to my wife, to my parents, to everyone else around me. Look like I have things, like I know what's going on, even though I'm completely lost. I feel like she's an adult and she knows what's going on, but I don't feel like one. I feel like she's one. She's mature. She knows what's going on. She's strong. She's independent. One of the reasons maybe it's because it's my first time moving out of my parents' house. Maybe it's because they held my hand for so long that I never really had to learn or grow up, because my parents were always there for me, right? And I don't blame them for that. They did the best they could. They did what they thought was the best, and I'm glad for that. But I need to become an adult now. I need to grow up. And for everyone who's watching, who perhaps feels the same way, feels like you're in your 20s, I'm 22, and you still haven't grown up, you're not an adult yet, hey, no stress, you're not the only one. I feel the same way. And it's okay. It's okay. Because maybe I'll get there at some point.